So a couple of days ago, somebody who I'm sure you guys have known or your algorithm has been filled with this, but an individual by the name of Perez Hilton literally had a breakdown on TikTok. And you know what's crazy? As instead of calling one person, one single human being, somebody to go and engage him in person, open the door and engage him in person, instead of doing any of that, he opened his phone and he decided to go live. And nobody's really talking about why that's the scariest part of this whole situation, at least to me. But let's get into this. Okay, so a couple of days ago, Perez Hilton, guys. Hey, love him, hate him, it doesn't matter. I barely even know much about the guy, but apparently he has a past and he made a career off being a bully, and I get it. You know what? He made his table and now he has to sit on it. But that's not what this video is tailored towards, okay? I see it more as a senior leader, like who I am. I see a learning point here for us all. And that learning point is that there's human being, this man who has it all, has the money, has the riches, has it all here in Miami, where I live, but here in Miami, this man who has it all, literally. I'm sure he doesn't worry about paying his bills, okay? But he hit a breaking point, a real breaking point. And in that moment, the moment that literally to all of us should actually matter most, he doesn't call his mom. He doesn't call a friend. He doesn't even call a hotline. And there's so many of them, but he doesn't even call and reach out to a hotline. You know what he does? He opens up his phone and pulls up TikTok, and then he goes live. Now, I need that to sit with you guys for a second, because that's not just a Perez Hilton problem. Okay. This is something that I've done videos on before, and we've spoken about this and I've addressed this before, but that's more of a us society problem. And I'm not trying to take away from the type of character, because obviously, yeah, who you are and who you represent and how you treat others and whatever, like how you build your circle, that's going to matter. And that kind of dives into what we're going to speak about here. But that's something that really stood out to me. Everybody's talking about he was this, he was evil, he was a bully, he did this. Oh, yeah, this guy, hey, hopefully, hey, for all I know, from what I hear, the guy's he's getting the proper medical care. He's getting taken care of, and that's good. And I really hope the best for him. This is not a video to hate on that individual. And if you guys think that this is, please, by all means, continue on. But I'm here to address a real issue that stood out to me through this whole situation. And the situation is, he pulled out his phone. He went to a screen for his sense of feeling, for his sense of community. And that's where I say, and that's what I mean, is an us problem. Jeez, man, I can't believe this. I need it. Well, my last in. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Yeah, this is going to be a crazy one. I'm already getting heated, but let's do this. Perez Hilton. So I want you to think about this, because he's not alone, and really think about it, because we live in a time now, streamers, they do this. Regular people now are doing this. And world leaders, yes, I'm serious, world leaders it's like everybody's making decisions based on how it's going to clip. What's going to be the headline? What's going to be the reaction? And not actually what happens 5 years down the road. That's literally what it seems like. That's literally what we have a saying in the military: perception is reality. That's the perception of it. Please comment down below. Let me know if you agree with me or disagree. Either way, I want to engage and I want to learn. So please comment down below. But yes, we as a society, we built this now society forum where you're no longer judged based off the performance of being seen. Now it's more on just the experience of just being known, regardless of how long that's going to last, because literally it's like now we live in a forum where everything's 15 minutes and that's it. And everyone's spans go out the door later on. But I'll say, let's zoom out. Now, let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't, to me, this Perez Hilton thing isn't just one guy having a bad night. Think about it. Look at how decisions are being made now, and pay attention. Look at how decisions are being made now, literally at every level. When it comes to influencers, it comes to CEOs, it comes to politicians. Just look at how decisions are being made now. A politician nowadays doesn't ask, will this help the people 10 years from now down the road? No, they're making decisions and they ask, will this clip well? What's the reaction going to be like? Will it be trending? A CEO doesn't ask anymore, hey, is this good for the company long term? No, and I'm not going to say all CEOs. I'm sure some are out there, the ones you don't really hear about it, but I'm sure a lot of them out there. I'm not trying to like detriment all the CEOs, no, but obviously the ones that obviously we see in our algorithms. It's like they're more asking now, will this trend? They want to be trending. And regular people like you and I, people who I engage with every day, just in society, the zombie effect. The zombies out there, and there's a lot of us, it's like we don't care about that, building that sense of community where we ask ourselves, does this person really care about me? We care more about how many likes we get on that post or how many followers we have. You're almost judged based off the perception of, hey, what's your social media? How many followers do you have? Oh, you have that many followers? Let me bring you into my circle. Yeah, let me bring you into my circle. Wow. And that's literally not the sense basis of their character or their merit. No, not how they're living life, not the decisions that they make, but how many followers, the clout of it all. Now that's the sickness. Clout now isn't just a vanity anymore. It's become an operating system that we all base our livelihood on. The thing that literally everybody, regardless of the status, regardless of who you are and where you are in life, regardless, is quietly, it's what we are optimizing for. And here's the part that should worry all of us and should worry you. Clout only just gives you a hit. It gives you that mean little fix, validation, but it doesn't give you what you actually need when you're bleeding inside. It gives you an audience, not a witness, not a hand, but an audience. Man, I'll tell you what, if this is landing with any of you guys, please definitely hit the subscribe button down below. All right, because team, this channel exists exactly for these types of conversations. Just real talk, no fake motivation, and let's just keep going. Now, I want to tell you what community actually looks like, because I really don't think a lot of people a lot of people have just lost sight of it. In the Army, nobody claps for you in those moments that matter. When you're carrying a wounded battle buddy, there's no likes, there's no comments, there's no little hearts popping up on the screen. There's just you and that soldier and the weight that you're carrying. Nobody's filming it for the algorithm. Nobody's checking the engagements afterwards. There's none of that. It's just you and the battle buddy to your left and to your right. And to me, that's the difference. That's the difference. An audience will only show up in that moment while it's happening, while it's trending, while it's hot, while it's shareable. And a community shows up in the moment when there's nothing to gain from even being present. I've had soldiers who literally have never said a word in public, have never posted a thing, and never made a scene. But yet they were the first ones there knocking on the door just to check up on me when things are falling apart. And that's community. That's not going viral. That's not a moment. That's a person choosing to show up when there's no reward for it. That's what community is. And I promise you, Perez Hilton, at that moment, he had thousands of people watching him live. But in that moment, in that specific moment, when he was choosing to self-harm himself and vent and all that stuff, I'm pretty sure that was probably the loneliest room he's ever been in the world. Now, here's what nobody's explaining to you. And let me break this down in simplest terms. So an audience reacts to you based off performance, but a community responds to you based off the person, the individual, who you are. Now, when you post something and you get likes, that literally triggers your brain now to feel like, wow, somebody cares about you. But don't get it twisted. It's not the same thing. In fact, it's not even close. A like is just a receipt that somebody saw you. It's not proof that somebody would show up for you. And that's what we should focus our attention towards. We've confused the two things now, and we formulate this own connection like that's our community, when in reality, it's not. And so people now are having their worst moments and literally putting it on film, on the screen, and they're having their worst moments in front of thousands of strangers, rather than instead of one person who would actually stay and help them through that situation. And to me, that's not a Perez Hilton problem. And that's where I'm triggering this video for. Because granted, Everybody, we all got our own problems, okay, as far as who we are. And we should be better. We should be better people. But in this situation, that Perez Hilton problem, it's not his kind of problem. That is literally a design problem. And he is now falling apart. And that's just let that be an example of this system that is now in place that is literally built to reward performance and not the connection. So here's what I need you to do right now. All right. Just like every good leader, here's the issue. Now let's form a solution. And here's what I need you to do right now. Yes, right now, not later, but right now. Think of one person. Think literally, think hard. Think of one person. One, not a group and not a group chat, not your followers, not your DMs, but one human being who would show up at your door at 2 a.m. with no explanation needed, but they'd show up. And if you got that name real fast, okay, if you got that name real fast, that's good. And I applaud you for it. And you should pat yourself on the back. And I would encourage you, call them this week. Foster that relationship. Check on them so they can check on you. But foster that relationship. And not because something's wrong, but just because. Because there's a lot of people out there who probably don't have that person. So you should definitely take pride in having that person. And if you're sitting there and you're struggling to come up with a name, then that's why I made this video, team. That's exactly what this is all about. You've built an audience. You focused your energy and effort on building an audience, and you haven't built a community. I always tell you guys, focus on your circles, because your circle is what matters. And that circle is going to be what you're going to rely on when those times come. And we're all going to see those times regardless of the status, because we're learning that now. Look at Perez Hilton. I would have asked who's in his circle right now, because that's who he should have reached out to, not TikTok. And that's what matters the most. So please don't get it twisted. All right. This isn't about deleting your accounts. And I'm not telling you to quit social media. Hey, I like social media. I use it. And if you haven't already, check out the links in the description down below. Hit me up on social media, guys. Check on me so I can check on you. But what I am telling you guys is control it. I'm telling you to control it. Don't get it twisted. Don't confuse those likes and those applauses for actual real relationship, because it's not, okay? I would encourage you guys, go out and build something. Devote your energy and effort in building something that will show up for you in those times of need, when there's nothing to gain for it. There's just you, and there's power in presence. And I continually want to emphasize that to you guys. There's power in presence. So go find and focus your energy and efforts on building a circle around you of people who will be present, or an individual who will be present for you in those times of need. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up with this, because Perez Hilton, all right, thankfully, from last I've checked, he's getting the proper medical care and hopefully going to recover well. But this whole situation, him going live and doing what he did to himself, that to me wasn't the real ultimate failure. The failure happened long before it. And now when we live in an entire culture that literally has decided that being seen is the same as being known, I would encourage you guys, don't fall for that. Okay. Don't wait for the worst night of your life to find that out, whether you built an audience or a community. I would encourage you, go find out now, right now, while it doesn't cost you anything to ask, but go find out, build that community, build your circle, and be present. And if you're part of someone's circle, hey, do that. Go check on them so they can check on you. All right. That's going to do it for me tonight, team. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for being present. Thanks for checking this video out. Please comment down below. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe, guys. Feel free to share it with somebody who you think needs to hear this. And guys, please do not forget, continue to find comfort in your chaos, but take your vitamins, do your push-ups, and drink your water. And I'll see you on the next video.